Hello and welcome back to Roleplay Game Lounge's YouTube channel, Third Player. I'm JB, and today I have an interview with the producers, creators of this new game, Lord of Lands, Heirs Feud. So it came out last year, but they started selling it to friends, and then this year they started selling online. So that's where I found them, and I always try to support uh, local game designers who try to self-publish, just like Space Dogs. Space Dogs. Um, who's the first one? Politrix. Politrix. I think Politrix is available again in maybe Toy Kingdom. So look for those games and then search for Space Dogs. And Space Dogs is also available in Roleplay Game Lounge. And this game is also available in Roleplay Game Lounge. Um, and we're opening back soon, next week. Um, so let's listen to our interview with Den Takahara and Ayu Natsume. Please correct me if I'm wrong. And I'll see you back here after the interview. Thank you for gracing my YouTube channel. It's actually Roleplay Game Lounge's YouTube channel, Third Player. So we have a lot of various content in and around gaming. So we have Magic the Gathering Arena. We have mobile games. Whenever I have time, we play Nintendo Switch. And then board games, obviously. Pero since the pandemic, parang I haven't been able to put up content around board games. And then we have reactions and reviews of various other stuff. And we have a talk show also. So, um, then Takahara and Ayu Natsume. Is that correct?
Yeah.
Hello. You designed and self-published. I'm very happy and excited for you. You self-published this brand new spanking card game, Lord of Lands, right? Can you briefly tell?
Yes.
Can you briefly tell us what is it? What kind of game is it? Yun na muna. Let's start with that.
Well, first of all, Lord of Land started as like an OJT thesis thing for me because I studied information technology, major in game design and development. But since I like card games, board games more, and we have a family printing business, I wanted to focus more on card games or printed games rather than the digital ones. Yeah. So this idea started in our OJT. We were My classmates and I were had an OJT in various ideas, and then sorry, this feedback. Yeah, we could hear ourselves. It's kind of weird. I'll just yeah. There you go. So when we had our OJT, our professor, who was also the owner of various ideas at that time, asked us to come up with an idea of a card game. And then our team thought of a card game that where the Lord of Lands started. The name was not Lord of Lands yet. It was Certamen. Yeah, Certamen. Yeah. And then the idea was there, but everything else wasn't. So we just made the idea so that we could, pass that OJT. And then after half, not even half, like a fourth of the game was made, my teammates dropped it and then moved on to something else because it was just for OJT and it was so that we could pass and everything. And then I asked our professor, who was our boss at that time as well, if I could have the rights to the game, because I said that since I have a printing company, I want to print it, I want to produce it. I want to make it in an actual playable, sellable game. And then he said, "Oh, sure." I mean, I don't. He said that he didn't have the budget for producing a game, and he liked the idea of the game, and it would. He said it would be sad if it just went away. So he said, "All right, you can have the rights and everything." And that's when me and my fiance started to polish the game. And yeah, and there was already an artwork. However, there's an artwork. It's here. I'll try to check.
Yung starting artwork. Was it parang you base did you base part of the story on the artwork? Parang part of the game evolved because of the artwork.
I remember some of it. I just the story. It never really had a story at all. It was just a game. I'm a writer. I've been writing since elementary. I'm in my school's newspaper and everything.
Mhm.
So I was the one who thought about the story. After I obtained the rights to this game, I made a story out of it because I really like writing. So did you get the first card here? Yeah. This is Shipwrecked Hearts Hero Scow.
Yeah.
That is that's the blue deck. And here is the original artwork.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, that was the layout of the first ever build and everything. And it really didn't look anything like this. Even the other cards, like you have verse cards. Yeah, I have verse artworks. Oh, there's all the artworks. How did you get stuck? Holy crap, that takes ages. It's not loading. It's just right? Yeah.
So how long have you been working on it? If it started as a thesis.
It was 2017, early 2017.
So 3 years
Because
na
I
rin
graduated
siya.
in, yeah. Yeah, no. Let's just get stone instead. I got stone already. He loaded. Yeah. This is stone, the original one. It's really dark and everything. Can't do the artwork. It's still the same artwork technically, but
So who polished the artwork?
Ayu did. She did everything, the layout, and she even designed the boxes. She designed the pattern of the boxes herself. She cut the boxes herself. Even the logo and everything.
Ang tsaga-tsaga mo, Ayu,
The aesthetic, she was the one in charge. I was in charge of playtesting the game and leveling the cards. Because, you know what's funny?
Leveling or balancing?
Both, actually. Like, some were OP, some were not finished at all. Like, we have 4 decks, but then when the idea came, when we did the idea, some of the decks were just art. They didn't even have a deck. I mean, didn't even do anything yet.
Walang action dun sa card.
Yeah. The art was done, because our artist was really fast and he was able to do the artwork. But the balancing of the game really took a long time. Since it was only the 2 of us, I asked a lot of friends who
so they play tested with you.
Yeah, I have a friend from Iloilo. His name is Simon. He went here like last year, 2018.
18. Okay.
No, 2018. Yeah. Because we officially released this game in 2019.
Oh.
So he went here, and then we played Cursed Blood and versus everything else for like 10 hours straight. Yeah. And then we found
Wait a
out
minute,
everything that was wrong.
Was it just one game or multiple games over the 10 hours?
Multiple games over and over and over and over again,
Okay.
because we needed to out what was wrong with that other deck.
Okay.
Because I knew that there was something wrong, but I didn't know exactly what cards were wrong. Because, let's say, the mana, just the you just have to remove one mana, and the game will change. Like, for example, forgot which card was that. I think it was Curse of the Forest. I think at the first not release, when we first tried it, it was around 4 mana. Now we made it into 2 because we realized that 4 was too high. And then there were also other cards that had to have less mana cost, like the Gift of the Forest. From 3, it went down to 1, and it totally changed the game, and it was able to balance it out.
Okay.
So yeah, it was the hardest part was balancing all of the decks. Yeah, it took me like 2 years.
Any other inspiration towards developing the game? Do you play any other game?
I play Magic. We play Magic together. Yeah. But casually, we
Anong
don't.
anong format? What format do you play for Magic?
We just play. We just play. I think it was classic, or we just play.
Play with.
What do you call it now? Classic or what? We don't play now anymore. So I
Okay.
forgot.
And then any
We
other games that you play? Or Ayu, do you play?
play a lot of online games. I play a lot of video games. Um, he's the one who's into card games. I like Sons of Anarchy
Oh,
and
okay.
Risk, Pandemic. And Pandemic! I love Pandemic.
Very apt ngayon, di ba?
Yeah. So mostly it's my friends who ask me to play with them. So I'm not really familiar with the names, but for some reason when I play, I'm good at it.
And ano,
It's-
di ba?
it's
League of Legends has an online card game na, di ba? Runeterra.
We're not really familiar. I don't try to follow the digital card game thingy. We like physical card games.
Yeah. And
Well, I did play
playing
Pokemon
in front
before.
of another
Like Pokemon
person.
card games. Yeah.
Sorry, can you repeat that?
The Pokemon card games.
Oh, yeah,
I
yeah,
played
yeah.
them before as well.
Okay.
Pokemon TCG. Yeah, I played Yu-Gi-Oh too back then. Wage
Yu-Gi-Oh.
Wars a bit. Wage Wars, a little bit of Wage Wars. Yu-Gi-Oh. Yeah.
Wala nang Mage Wars.
Yeah, but before, actually we started collecting because she liked the photos. Because there were like Vocaloid characters there. And then we wanted to. But basically, we started the game because I really like writing. So actually, we're in the works with a manga with this based on the card game. I have a team working with me. We're going to release a manga based on Lord of Lands. So,
Kasi there's
yeah.
there's the story, what happened to them as they were scattered, di ba? Kasi parang there was a story na yung what happened in the beginning, and then ito is parang they were now going to be competing against each other for the crown. Pero time has passed. Pero what happened in between?
Yeah, that's what I'm gonna write. And then there's also gonna be an ending because actually the one in the rule book, it's open ended, so you don't know who became the king in the end because that's why you're fighting. So let's say with the decks, so whoever wins, you're technically the king of Rakdar. But in the manga, there's gonna be an ending, a canon ending, who the real king is. It's going to be a 5-chapter manga, and I've finished with the first chapter, so we're now going to do the art and stuff. And my team is already working on it. So
you said that you released this last year.
Yeah, early 2019.
And then your family has a printing business, so that helped you out.
Yeah.
How much? I did not hear about this last year. Did you attend the conventions and presented these, like sold
Actually,
them there?
not yet. We were mostly silent release. It was a silent release, mostly for our cosplay friends, because we do guestings and cosplay events and conventions,
So do you bring these
and then
there?
we released them there. Yeah, that's where we released first with our close friends, and then conventions we attend to or the conventions we guest in, and then with the cosplay community basically. So we
Okay.
didn't really release in game conventions or anything. So this year was the first time we tried doing online promotions and everything. Now that everyone's at home and there are no events anymore, and we really have to have of an online presence, because the last year it was already enough for us going to events because we had good sales and we had good clients last year with them. But now that there aren't any events, we really have to make our online presence known,
Okay.
which is good because the past month we've been selling quite a lot and it's good. And I personally talked to the ones who buy our buyers, and they ask me like tips, how to play and everything. And I'm very open naman to with their questions and everything. Like I also give them tricks and tips how to do combos and stuff. So sometimes they chat me and like, hey, how do you do this or how do you do that? And then I'll answer them. Because it's really fun. I actually wanna play with the people who bought the game too. Because actually I met this guy. His name is Jin. He's been supporting us since the first time we released this game. Uh, he's really what do you call this? Broken software user. He beat me. He beat a lot of my friends using the broken software deck. And what's funny, because that's the deck and then he's really good, and he's been supporting us as well. So I've met a lot of friends because of this card game. And that's why I really want to play with all of those who bought it, because yeah, they became my friends as well.
So, you've been selling a number of units. Ayu, how are your hands? Napapagod ka ba pag fold nito?
Very weak.
But it's very no, fulfilling to sell and to see the people you sell these
Yeah.
to na are natutuwa or happy with their
Yeah,
purchase.
actually. We're actually going to the point now that we're discussing on mass producing the boxes and everything. Yeah, the boxes. Because we're in that point that it's not. We're now making 20 boxes per week. Yeah. Right? So it kind of really hurts my hands. My arm. Yeah, and it's. But you know what's funny? Because it's in the middle of a few copies and a lot of copies. So we're in that weird area where super tiring to cut all the boxes, but it's not yet enough to mass produce like hundreds. So we're like, we want to promote more, so it reaches the 100 limit, and we go buy a die cut plate, like bam, bam, bam. We can, we can, we can cut out the boxes, giant cutter thing.
Okay. So last year, or sorry, last year, 2019. So you were selling to friends, and then this year
Yeah.
you branched out to online. What are your plans naman for next year? Hopefully we will have the more of the conventions opening up. I don't know how many
Yeah.
people will be going, pero if we do have those events, are those part of your plans for next year to keep
Yeah,
on?
we do plan to promote more. If this turns out good, I'm already working on the expansion of the decks because I already have a lot of ideas. But I don't want to release them all at once. I also have my own ideas. Yeah, we both have our ideas for the game.
Oh,
Like
oh.
I plan to have a support build and stuff.
Yes.
He's planning on an expansion pack, and I'm planning on what do you call that? A change in the gameplay style? Yeah, a change in the gameplay style with a totally different kind of game, but still under Lord of Lands with different characters. And then we have another one that is under Lord of Lands, but it's a whole new story altogether. Yeah,
Ah.
basically still Lord of Lands with different characters and
Pero is
different
this
things,
ano,
right?
is this like the full release na? Kasi you said you
Yeah,
haven't
this
fully
is a full
released
release
eh.
of basically.
Parang ano, parang
Full release of the first set, so to say. Yeah, this is the full release of the first set, so you can
oh.
play it perfectly without any additional cards. But since remember the story, I'm going back to the story. I plan to have like this support decks with those characters who passed away. It's like Lord of Lands Phantoms or something. Like if you wanna play, if for example you're gonna play Ash, you have other decks that can do support with him, and other cards that can fight other decks, but it's like an additional uh partner, so to say, for the main decks. Something
So
like
you're planning on doing the manga, 'di ba? Pero
yeah.
do you have parang the outline in your head of the complete lore of what's going to happen or what's
Yes, it's
happening
done already.
everywhere?
It's completely done.
Ah, okay.
We finished the lore first. We finished the lore first. We finished the lore first because I've been a writer since elementary and everything. I'm actually gonna release a poem book soon, and we also have magazines right now that we've been producing since 2013. The cosplay one, the Lolita one. So writing is really my passion, and that's the thing that I do the most. So Lord of Lands lore is already complete. I already know how each chapter will go. I'm already done with chapter one. The 4 chapters are already in the works, but all the they're basically written already. I'm just gonna refine the grammar and the paneling and the storyboard, which my artist will do.
Except
There's
for the
a
ano, except for the new story which Ayu is working on. That's a
yeah, but
different,
that's a totally
like a
different
parallel
thing.
lore. It's like ano no,
Yeah, but it's a different characters na.
it's like He-Man kompleto na yon. Ayu is working on the She-Ra universe.
Yeah,
Na parang
something like that. They're
they're
not
connected,
like
but
yeah,
all right.
connected in the sense that the term Lord of Lands means the ruler of a certain land, of a certain universe. It doesn't necessarily have to be Raktar. So there's another universe out there, and there are another group of people. Call it Midgar or something. Another group of sorcerers or whatever.
Or at the very least, parang like a separate continent, ganon. Pero it's just in the same
Yeah,
world.
something like that. Or maybe not different world or area, because we plan to have something related to hamsters and stuff. So another Lord of Lands. Like the hamsters versus the birds. So that's why this is called Lord of Lands Heirs Feud, because yeah, the 4 heirs of Rakdar are fighting. But
Okay.
basically, we're gonna make different.
So
Lord
we will be
Lands.
expecting more character decks, and then maybe a full what's that module, or what do you call that? A set, a new modules, new sets, in the near future, no, 1 to 2 years.
That's what we're planning. So basically, an expansion set of 4 again. Yeah, no, maybe no, I don't plan 4. Around 6. 6? Because I'm gonna do with Liliana and I'm gonna do that mix and matching thing.
Oh, the background
Like,
of the
for example,
mother.
yeah, I'm gonna have a deck for Liliana and Azuren, for Dane, even who's this Avon and the other character, and Akir. Basically, the other characters who died.
Even
They're
yung
like going to
pronunciation nun,
support
even Jaguar.
Avon, Jakar.
Ah, Jagar.
Yeah. Yeah.
Sorry, I was having trouble reading it kasi it's so small.
It's alright. Because we made it with the box. We have to fit it in the box. Because if it was too big.
The size is a little bigger than the standard size magic card or playing card.
Should be the same. No, it should be the the same because we were able to fit it in the sleeve, the magic sleeve. Yeah, it's the same size. See, it's the same size.
Uh, well, it's a little bigger. I was testing it lang
There
sa
might be
ano.
some slight differences. Slight. Oh, maybe the slight. But it can
Very
fit the
slight.
sleeve.
Very slight. I was
Yeah.
I was fitting it dun sa ano sa inner sleeve. So if you were going to use yung colored sleeve, the one with the opaque colored back, it should be fine.
Yeah. Yeah.
It should be fine.
Yeah, that's where we fit it. Yeah, because we have our own sleeves, magic sleeves. So we're magic the character.
Yeah, kaya lang ano eh, sayang kasi yung ano eh, sayang kasi yung art sa likod eh.
Oh.
Pagtatakpan. So, I tried it with a transparent sleeve. Anyway, what other plans do you have for Lord of the Land? So, expansions, new set, you have the manga, you have a book of poems, you said, and
yeah, but that's different. It's not related to
okay.
Lord of Lands. Another thing, yeah. It's another project.
You do cosplay. Are you going to be dressing up as any of the characters?
Yeah, we were actually planning to do something like that.
Kasi that's
Yeah, but
sort of a
if we're
promotion
gonna
din,
do
di ba?
cosplay, yeah, we're actually planning that. But we wanna do Liliana and Azurin, even though they're dead already. I'm just waiting for we're just the official release of our manga so that they have the costume already.
So
right now,
when do you plan to release the manga? The first chapter.
Chapter 1 is in the works. Definitely before the year ends.
Ah, okay. How many pages are those pag yung manga books? How thick
Chapter
are
1
they?
is at least 60 pages because we're doing the pandaling now, like the past week, and then
Ang
minimum of
dami.
60, maybe
That's
around
thick.
100.
What?
Yeah, I kind of write a lot. Yeah. That's the reason I wanted to make a manga because it's small, tiny rule book didn't give justice to the character. Manga.
I have a stupid question.
Yeah.
Pag if you do manga, tapos you're not a Japanese writer or a publisher, does it still have to read from the back to the front? And
What did you do? It doesn't necessarily have to be. It doesn't necessarily have to be. Some mangas read from left to right, especially the ones that are made, in the Western world.
okay. Okay, so you don't have to follow naman talaga the strictest manga
Yeah,
rule.
but we made it left to right. Because
What's left to right?
We're not Japanese. We don't read right to left.
Yeah.
Yeah, and the art was already done. So we're like, oops, okay. Unless you flip everything. It's hard to flip everything. So we already did the first chapter art and everything. It was already.
Did Ayu have anything to do with the manga, or was it a separate artist and you were writing?
We have an artist, but everything goes through Ayu when it comes to the layout. I'm gonna be the one who's going to optimize it for print. Who's gonna lay it out.
So Ayu is the editor then.
She's basically the editor of everything we do. Even our magazines, the ones we release for cosplay and Lolita, she's the editor. She also does the layout. Basically, she has the final check before we release.
Ayu is the final QA, quality.
Yes.
Well,
she's the one who's giving the signal.
The product is very the card quality is very nice pala ha. Hindi siya parang manipis lang na card.
It would be weird if you're a printing press and we printed ugly cards.
So thank you Den and Ayu for coming to guest sa YouTube channel ng Roleplay Game Lounge, third player. Parting words, please promote your game, Lord of Lands, Heirs Feud.
Hi. Thank you. Thank you for those who already bought, 50 sets of Lord of Lands now? 50 already. Thank you. I'm still actually not satisfied, just like what he said right now, right? I am the final QA here. and I'm actually not yet happy with the box set. I'm still. She's trying to make a thicker, more making a thicker version of it even. Yeah, she's been obsessing over the I'm box obsessing set over it for like a week now. So, thank you for what do you call this? Patronizing and bearing with all my failures. They're not failures. I think you will see that they're very good. Thank you for sharing your photos and giving us feedback. And we thank you for loving the characters as much as we do, because this game is really our first game that we released, and it's really a big part of us. And we just want to say thank you as well to like the original people who helped us play this: Simon, Jin, Mao, and Tom. We've been working for 1 or 2 years together, and thank you for 10, 20 hours of playtesting at least every day or a week. So thank you, guys. Also, don't remember, we have Babu Poker. This isn't actually the first card game that we released. We started it off with something basic. I know, Baraha, card game, poker cards, playing cards. Where is it? Somewhere.
Does Lord of Lands has its own Facebook page or own social media?
Yeah, it does. Facebook.com/Lord of Lands. Yeah,
okay, so everybody check out that Facebook page and make sure to get your own copy now, because this is the first of Lord of the Lands. Marami pa kayong aabangan na products from Den and Ayu in the near future, and you'll see them in costume also soon. So we're gonna cosplay Liliana and Azren one day. Yeah, the husband and wife. The husband and wife. Yeah. The one that died. No, kasi I was thrown off. There was the first page ata eh. You mentioned the King Azurine, and then in the next paragraph, parang Azure. Parang sometimes you call them by their nickname ba yun? Ah, okay. Yeah. Their family members call them by their nicknames. Like his brother and his what do you call this? His Sage. Okay. Thanks again, Den and Ayu. And I will be playtesting naman this and reviewing the playthrough. And I will call you if I have any questions on it. When I open back up Roleplay Game Lounge in Highway 54 Mandaluyong. Thank you both, and I will see you again. Bye. And we're back, and I hope you enjoyed the interview. We talked about how they began, or how it started, and then what they did to sell it, and then what their plans are in the near future. So they have a lot of plans. So please do support Lord of Lands Heirs Feud. So if you like to play card games, just like Magic or Pokemon, or even online with Hearthstone, this might be for you. So check it out in the links that will be in the description, and also this will be the play copy at Roleplay. So when you visit, please do ask about Lord of Lands. Check out the cards and how to play, and let's try to play it. Okay. Watch out for the playthrough video once we make it, and then I'll see you in our next video or stream. This has been JB again for Roleplay Game Lounge's YouTube channel, Third Player. Bye!